All right. Hello.
Hello.
This is Ben's, mine.
week
my
one.
Week one.
And we are going to be doing a podcast of our journal each week. So this is Ben's first week.
Thank you.
So Ben, how's your week been?
It's been alright. I had to a bit like Oscar. I had to finish my last project off, so I didn't get to kick off the
Yeah.
week as
Slow
fast as
start,
other
I
people. But yeah,
To be fair, I think everyone kind of had a slow week. I think everyone was a bit like, okay,
pretty much. Yeah.
week one, first day, what do I do?
Mm.
So yeah, did you have any ideas on your first kind of week or?
Well, my it was weird. My idea has sort of differed a bit, but I've always sort of had an idea to do a project with my friend Flem.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do something sort of outside of the box because I've been planning since coming onto this course to do something interesting and do something out there.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So like something
Unique.
original.
Yeah.
something original,
Yes,
something
I like
unique,
that.
but not make it like the other people in our class.
Yeah.
Sort of just I wanted to do
Different.
something different,
Quirky.
quirky. But this was sort of my chance to do it, and the idea is pretty much my friend Flynn, and basically venturing inside his head because he's an interesting guy. Very interesting
Nice.
guy.
Can you go in depth on that? On what what?
Yeah, like what's your past
Like what's
experience with
because
him?
interesting guy. Like, what are you gonna film? Like his, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
go more on what you said about his thoughts and like
Yeah.
kind of because it just go. Would you like go more in depth on?
Yeah. So
Interesting guy.
it sounds a bit vague when I say interesting guy or just like venturing through his brain, but like I feel like he's got
psychological films.
psychological, yeah. It's like poetic
No, not
short film.
psychological. What's it called? Psychology. That's it.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a poetic short film. So I would
Yeah.
like to use some like visuals and stuff, some really interesting visuals to tell a
Yeah.
story. But
Yeah,
the main
sounds
idea is
His thoughts and like.
his thoughts, yeah. And the reason he's an interesting guy, he's got ADHD, which isn't like massively important, but it's something that I should analyze to make
Yeah.
it more authentic and
Yeah, no, it's something that you should dive into. Like if you're doing something about Flynn
Yeah.
and the fact that he does have that, you should definitely
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
you should do a bit of
'Cause
research on it. You should
that,
definitely
that
dive
wasn't
into it,
your original kind of like you weren't going to include
Yeah.
that at all, but I think now you've realised that there kind of needs to be a meaning behind like
definitely.
what it is. So is that what you're kind of planning your research to be on more,
Yeah.
and then the actual filming is going to be like you're not going to mention it much.
Yeah, pretty much my research is just sort of latching onto something to research in depth, and
Yeah.
like it's sort of just picking out those little things that I'm gonna have to study and stuff like that. And I feel like researching that would just be more interesting for me personally, and then also like be helpful for my film, and
Yeah.
maybe even help out the examiners. I'm looking at you.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that was very straightforward.
Yeah.
That was.
There it was.
Looking at you.
On the nose.
Yeah, so like still what's your kind of like idea for the actual film, because it's
yeah.
like what's your
Mm.
like, because interesting guy and like his thoughts and stuff, but how are you gonna kind of get that across is kind of what I meant more before.
Yeah, right. I realised that. Yeah.
That's fine.
This is what I'm gonna find most hard about the project. Really, it's like some people have really big ideas, including myself, and it's just hard to translate that into a short film.
Yeah.
And the big idea is basically, I'm kind of coming off of a bit of inspiration from Kendrick Lamar. He
Yeah.
had this music video where he started in therapy,
Yeah.
and then it sort of entered his own mind. But
Yeah.
that's sort of my idea of Flynn.
Yeah, so
He's
it's
gonna
yeah, sorry, go on.
he's gonna start in therapy, and then we're gonna enter his mind. I'm not actually sure how I'm gonna enter his mind yet.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
you're gonna
so
film a
it's-
camera entering his mind.
No, he'll probably
No.
just like
I'll do it in a certain way.
is it going to be, it's not more like, you know how it's like you can't get like your words on paper or whatever, is it more like that where it's like it's going to be more shown visually than it is like through dialogue and that?
Definitely, for sure. That's the whole idea.
That's
with
probably
the
why you
poetic-
can't like explain it as good, but
Yeah.
So you're
I
just
get what you
gonna
mean.
visualize it.
Pretty much, yeah. The whole idea of poetic documentary, it's not a
Yeah.
documentary, it's a poetic short film, but I'm taking inspiration from a poetic
Yeah.
projects in the past. But
Right.
it's just the whole idea behind them is instead of using dialogue and stuff like that to explain a story, you're using visuals and
Right.
like other sort of things.
no, I
just
think that's really
act
cool.
it out.
how
Yeah,
it's
no,
like-
interesting. Yeah.
It is
I think that is
interesting, yeah, but it's gonna be
different and,
difficult.
like-
It's gonna be difficult.
No, I think your idea is pretty good, and like you explained it to me pretty well as well before.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
it sounds good.
I'll have a better idea of
Yeah.
it in the future. But
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to go to some interesting locations and sort of convey Flynn's mind in certain ways. So sort of certain emotions like loneliness or something could be in the dunes or a desert.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So it's
Obviously
like
can't get
proper
hands on
like
a desert.
visual on that.
Proper visual, yeah.
Have you kind of planned a lot on like what you're gonna film? What how are you getting on with your proposal on that?
Proposal, yeah.
I mean, it's very early, isn't it? Like very, very early.
Literally, all I've done for proposals so far is just kicked off the first few things. I think 150. I've just started a little bit on that.
On the rationale, sorry.
Rationale, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good that you've got like an idea, because I think
A very in-depth idea for the first
definitely.
week as well.
I'm kind of scaring myself with this idea. But
Yeah, no, you're definitely.
Yeah.
You definitely caught yourself on. You know, you're already
Yeah.
deep in it.
I just want to pull it off, really.
yeah, no, I think because you've kind of thought about it for a while, it's like you know what you're gonna do, but like, but yeah, so you're up to your, what did you say, your 150 words?
Yeah, I've pretty much finished that. I just need to get on my proposal and finish that so I can really get started on this project.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So what's your like plan for week 2 and that? Do you like just finishing your proposal and starting research, really, is it?
Definitely, yeah. Pretty much just finishing my proposal and getting on research because I'm actually quite excited for my research.
Yeah.
I researched a couple of people. I've already like planned who I'm going to be researching.
And we'll get you like more in depth on your ideas and
Exactly.
stuff like that,
I feel like with the research and stuff and just later on in this project, I feel like this happens with every project. It just, the idea changes with
I think
what you learn and
yeah,
stuff.
I think week 1's always like a funny week. It's like
Yeah.
it's
very
like
interesting week.
when you have like some people have no idea what they want to do, and then it's like other people who know exactly what they want to do, like you, I guess, and it's like, okay, but how do I put like,
How do you put that into words?
like how do
you perform it?
how do you kind of show how your ideas, like how do you, because obviously you thought about it
How
weeks
do you put
before.
pen to paper?
Yeah,
I think
but because
that's what it is.
this first week you would be thinking about it, but you've basically already done that. So how do you show like how you've changed your kind of idea on paper, how you would have done in the weeks that you thought about it?
Yeah.
Because you have no like, you haven't shown that on the thing, but yeah,
Cool,
that didn't
yeah.
really make sense, but
No, it did. It did.
you know what I mean. Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, the thing about this project though, it is scary because it's sort of personal and it's very touchy because
Yeah.
it is like this guy's mine and it's about a touchy subject. Like I've got to consider like more
Yeah.
neurodivergent minds and stuff. Like you yourself, Liv.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've just got to make sure that I don't like step on anyone's toes.
Yeah, I think because it's not like a personal thing to you, it's like you can't say, well, this is my opinion, like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I guess that's what the research will help with.
But again,
Definitely, yeah.
another good thing is that, again, this is what I mean by, again, you're doing a documentary, right? But again, it's someone really close to you, which is a massive positive. Like you can,
Yeah, a bit like you yourself
Yeah.
with your advert.
yeah, with my advert, but like,
Yeah.
especially with you as well. Like you know this person really, really, really
Yeah,
well.
12
like,
years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you know the ins and outs, the like just whatever he does, whatever he's like. So you've seen this like firsthand from your view.
Yeah.
And you can also get his view at any time. Like
Yeah,
if I were
like-
you, I would
Definitely.
definitely set an interview or just like something up. Like
Yeah.
again, a podcast
planning
of just
to,
you,
Yeah.
of just you and him in the
Yeah,
future.
because I think it's good that you haven't had this idea and like, okay, I don't really know like who can I base this off, whereas because you've got him, it's like, you know, like no one can be like, well, that's wrong, like that I've got ADHD and I don't think like that. Like
Yeah.
you can kind of be like, well, that's not your like personal story, it's his kind of thing.
Exactly. And it just
And it's
it-
different for every person. Like
Exactly.
someone might relate to it, some might not.
Exactly. I think it's interesting because it's all well and good like making a story about yourself, but like I feel like I'm gonna get to know him better in this process and sort of because I feel like with Flynn, why I think he's such an interesting person is because I feel that his mind is very, very complex and very few people understand him. Like I don't think I even fully understand him. I think mainly just his mum. But yeah,
Oh.
his mum's a genius, I swear. She knows like how to sort him out in every occasion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take some tips, but
Yeah.
but yeah, that's why I think he's interesting. And that's why I'm so excited to explore this project with him in mind because it does mean a lot and it's personal.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay, what's kind of like, what have you done so far? Less about like brainstorming and thinking about the thing, but like like more work wise.
Literally, as I said, literally just finishing the last project and then starting on the proposal.
Yeah.
Well, when did that finish? Like, when did you finish your proposal?
What day?
I haven't finished the proposal yet.
Oh, not.
Oh, okay.
No, what I'm
Sorry.
I'm saying it's
Sorry.
150 words into the proposal.
Right.
Okay,
Sorry.
right,
When did
okay.
you finish
So
your
that's kind
projects? Like the one before.
I think about Wednesday, halfway through the week, and then
Yeah.
Thursday we had off. And I'm being honest, I didn't do much work on Thursday.
No, fair enough.
No,
I swear you had
no,
work.
for-
Like you were working as well. so-
Yeah, breakfast shift at work.
Ooh,
Anyways,
that's rough.
How long was it?
Usually 4 hours. I think it was.
Could have
7,
fitted some work
7
in
to
there,
11.
Ben.
Yeah, you could have
Come
done
on
that,
now.
mate.
I did
Pour that.
for the
4
rest of the day.
24 hours in a day. You had 20 hours. Come on now.
Alright.
No,
yeah,
I'm
fairs.
kidding.
But yeah, I did some work on Friday, and then now we're here.
So yeah,
No,
week
we're
2 is
back.
just
We
planning.
are back, ladies and gentlemen.
We're just kind of planning on next week and like more written work, like me, I guess, like less about thinking, because then I think what I tend to do is just get ahead of myself, and then like I'm like, hang on, I actually need like a solid plan, like slow down, like actually write it down.
Mhm. Cool. Alright.
Mhm.
Any other questions?
That was my question, really.
Wait, do you want me to answer?
Well, it was more like, is that what you're planning to do?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good answer.
All good then.
Anything else you want to talk about? Or
I don't really know much yet into
Good.
the project. I'll just
bye
you guys
bye.
later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you next week.
this
Bah.
was week 1.
This was week 1. Week 2 next week.
Clap boom.
Clap up.